So you have a goal, you know what you want, but now you realize there's some things that you're gonna have to do along the way that you don't necessarily want to do or like doing. And today we're gonna talk about how to motivate yourself to do the things that you don't want to do in order to achieve your goals faster. Let's get right to it. I'm Brandon Eastman with BeBetterIndustries.com, and on this YouTube channel, we talk about peak performance, mindset, and achievement. Achievement towards your goals and achievement towards who you want to become. If you're into those things, hit the subscribe button here and hit the bell. That way you're notified of all new videos that we release every single Monday. And while you're here, hit the like button. That way this video is shown to more people who also need to know how to motivate themselves to do what they don't want to do. And before we can talk about the strategies, we have to understand psychologically why it is that we do what we do and what exactly inspires us to take action. Right between our ears here, our brain is 10,000 years old. We're using a 10,000-year-old device in order to make decisions and reason logically. And primally, we are motivated by two things and two things only, and they are to avoid pain and to seek pleasure. Those are the motivating factors that cause the world to go round. I'll give you an example. Have you, or has anyone that you've known, ever been in a relationship that they know they shouldn't be in anymore, perhaps way too long? They're in a marriage that's not working, they've got a boyfriend that doesn't treat them right, or a girlfriend that doesn't treat them right, and they're just not making the right move to get themselves out of that situation. Even if they know it's the right move, even if they know that person's not right for them, why is it that they stay? The pain of leaving that person, the pain of being lonely, the pain of being a single individual is more than the perceived pleasure of being single, of being out of that relationship. When that person thinks of themselves not in that relationship, they see a big picture of pain. They see a big picture of what they don't want. They create a story inside their mind. So we understand that we're more motivated to move away from pain than we are to move towards pleasure. So how can we use that in order to do the things that we don't want to do? Because we know that we're more motivated to move away from pain, the first tip that I have for you is to use pain to your advantage. While that might sound strange, I promise you, if you use this the right way, it will motivate you to achieve even your largest goals that you have. So check this out. Let's say your goal is to weigh a certain amount. You create this image in your mind of all the things that you have to do in order to get to that weight. Now, because that image may be painful, we have to outweigh it with more pain in the opposite direction. Let me explain. We know that the outcome of looking a certain way might be nice in our mind, but it's not motivating enough for us to go through the hard daily tasks of going to the gym and eating the right foods and so on and so forth in order to get there. So instead, create a new picture of pain that actually motivates you to do the things that you know that you need to do but you don't want to do. As an example, if you want to weigh a certain amount, you know that you got to go to the gym to do it, so picture this. Instead of picturing all these different things that you have to do to get to that weight, I want you instead to picture the way your life will look like if you don't get to that perfect weight. If you stayed exactly the way that you are right now for the next 5 years, the next 10 years, the next 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, what would your life look like? Let's say it's a drug addiction. If you continued to stay addicted to drugs for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, what would your life look like? Well, in that extreme of a case, you might not have a life. And the reality is, the pain of looking ahead at how your life will look if you don't achieve your goal is much more painful than the actual act of pursuing the goal. So whenever you find yourself worrying about all the things that you got to do to get to where you want to go, no matter how big your goal is, think about how you'll feel if you don't achieve it in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Think about the regret that you'll experience if you don't even begin to take action towards what you want. This is how you use pain to your advantage. Pain is the reason why we do what we do, even more so than the pleasure we know we will experience. Use pain to your advantage. That is step number 1. Step number 2, to do what you don't want to do, even though you know it will lead you closer to your goals, is to do what I like to call slim down your story. This has nothing to do with losing weight, okay? Slimming down your story means this. If you want to get to a specific weight, or let's use a different example. If you want to save a certain amount of money, what's the story that you create in your mind? Well, first, you got to earn money. Second, you got to contact your HR department in order to have a certain percentage of it put into a separate account. That could take you a few hours alone. Then you get that money deposited and you know that you're going to want to use it, and you know that you're going to be hurting a bit without that extra money in your bank account, and you know that that feeling is going to be there. And then you know that you're going to have to wait a year or 2 years to even begin to use that money towards what you want to use it for. And let's say you want to use it towards a house, so then you start thinking in your mind, okay, well then I got to find a real estate agent, or I have to go looking for houses, and then I have to make an offer on the house, and then I got to close on the house. And you're thinking of all these different things, and your story is comprised of 8 or 9 or 10 different tasks. Stop that, okay? Whenever you notice yourself thinking about the 4th task or the 5th task in the process, why not just focus on the first one, okay? Slim down your story. Don't think of this entire big picture of all the things you're gonna have to do. Instead, just think about the first thing that you have to do, and do that first. Think about the outcome, which is saving a specific amount of money, and then think about the first thing that you gotta do, which is you gotta begin collecting money, okay? Once you begin collecting it, then you can put it into a separate account. And once you have it in a separate account, then you can focus on finding a realtor who will then find the house for you, or then you can focus on putting it towards your child's education fund. But slimming down your story means stop thinking about the 5 or 6 different things you're gonna have to do in order to achieve your goal. Just think about the next. Why are you working so hard? Thinking about 6 things at once or 10 things at once, that's difficult, all right? I'm a simple man. I like to think of the next thing that I have to do. Don't think 5 steps ahead, think 1 step ahead while always having your outcome in mind. Slim down your story. And the last tip that I have to share with you, the 3rd tip that will help you to take action towards your goals, even if you don't want to do what it takes, is tell people what your goal is. Tell people what you want to achieve. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell the dude that always asks you how you're doing towards your goals. Tell the person even who asks you because they want you to say that you're not making progress. As weird as that sounds, telling people what you want will cause you to stay accountable towards taking the actions you need to take. If you tell your best buddy that you want to weigh 180 pounds and right now you're 250, in a month when he sees you and he asks you, hey, how is your weight loss journey going? How is it going to feel to look at your friend and say, I haven't started? He's going to be like, Joe, it's been a month. What are you waiting for? And then pain sets in. Remember, what are we motivated most by? To move away from pain. That situation alone can cause you to recalibrate and actually do what you need to do, even if you don't want to. So tell your friends so that they can hold you accountable. One warning I have when it comes to this, however, is don't tell people your goals if you know they're going to hate on you for it. Don't tell people your goals if you know that they're going to tell you that you can't do it. Because no matter how much you think that that won't affect you, when somebody tells you you can't do something, you got to get away from that person. Because no matter how strong you are, no matter how hardened your resolve is, that will slowly creep into your mind and begin to grow, and you'll begin to think about it more and more and more, especially if you respect this person, and especially if this person is influential, at least in your worldview. So the 3rd tip I have for you is tell other people your goals. Now, the first link in the description here is a link to my free ebook. In that ebook, I give you a lot of strategies that I've used in my own life to get out of debt, to weigh a certain amount of weight, to develop great relationships, to earn a certain amount of money. I put a lot of strategies in there that will help you to achieve your own goals. So click that first link to get a copy of my ebook. Again, if you found value from this video, hit the subscribe button here and hit the bell. That way you see all future videos we release every Monday, and hit the like button. That way other people can use these strategies too. And until we talk again, continue to be better.